Hello and welcome everybody. This is Anna with Anna von Lucy Paper Crafts, and this past week or the past few days I've shared some cards with you on my blog. You'll find the link in the description below the video for my card sketch, and if that works out I'm gonna put it right there on the screen now. And yeah, I wanted to show you one more card that you can make as an inspiration to use this card sketch. So let me show you the two cards that I've shared already on my blog this week. So the first one was this one with the apple harvest. And let's see here. Okay, there we go with the zoom. This stamp set was in our last holiday mini catalog. And it is going to be available again. Well, you can order it right now, actually, but just online right now. But it is going to be in our upcoming 2023-24 annual catalog. I'm really excited about it. And I actually cased a catalog here with the sample. They used a little bit different colors, but basically that's where my inspiration came from. And here's the thing. The stamp set is going to be available in the annual catalog. The dies that was a special promotion last summer, I think, but as of right now you can still get them at a huge discount on the clearance rack. So you're not going to need it necessarily for this card, but if you're not a big fan of fussy cutting, then I highly recommend those dies. Let's see if I can grab them real quick. Here they are. These dies are amazing. Do you see, like, it's such a huge set of dies, so it's really cool. Sorry for the glare. But you get to die cut, get die cuts for all the images, and like a really beautiful label and all the leaves and a scallop border, so, and all these tiny little flowers. So I highly recommend, as of today, Friday, April 7th, I think, you can still get these on the clearance rack, okay? So that was the first card. And then I showed you on my, like on Wednesday, how you can actually just turn this card sketch and make a landscape card. So let's see here if my autofocus is a little bit lazy today. So on this one, let me bring that up a little bit. I used our beautiful cottage rose bundle, and that one, I was so sad to see it on the retiring list, but it is retiring. As of today, it is still there. So is the designer series paper. Wow, say that 3 times fast. That I used here in the background, and actually both layers here. Yeah, so if you I really love the suite. I'm usually not that, too much about like all the flowers all the time, but I really love the style, how this was drawn by the artist, and the sentiments are really beautiful and versatile. So this was, as you can see, it's basically the same sketch. I even used the same deckled rectangles dies here, and yeah. So, and then I just colored a little bit. You get the supply list for both on my blog, annavonlucy.com, and then just look for the blog posts. So let me just put these back in here. So I just wanted to show you so you see them in a video as well, not just for like on the pictures. So, but like I said, I have a third card I want to show you. So, and for this one, I used one of our brand new online exclusives. It's the Tropical Leaf stamp set. And at first I was like, okay, yeah, I love the Monstera leaf, like the plant and everything, but yeah, I don't know. But now I really love it. It's really cute and easy, and I just love because it comes with a punch, the Tropical Leaf punch, and it's just so quick and easy to make cards with this. And yeah, so let me show you how to make this really cute little hello card there. So let me put that up here. Maybe we'll put it up there. So bring in my supplies here. So we have a card base in mint macaron. I know this one's retiring, but right now it's still available. between me shooting this video and, you know, making it available, if something is retired, then it will automatically be deleted from the supply list. Okay, but for every project on my blog, AnnaFunLucy.com, you find the supply list, and whatever is still available should be on that list, and then you could just add it to your shopping cart if you want to. Then we have some basic white, just your average 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside. And then I use the, gosh, what is it called? It's the Enjoy the Journey Designer Series paper from our current mini catalog from the January-April. So this one's going to retire soon as well. But I just love, I'm not even sure if it's on sale. It's definitely retiring. But I also die cut this, as you can see, with the stitched, no, not stitched. Oh my god, yeah, but the stitched rectangles dies are leaving us. Can you believe it? But yeah, so I'm not even sure if those are still available right now. But the deckled rectangles dies, so these are still available, and they will stay around. They will stick around. Okay, so, and I've used the second largest on my cards, so I went ahead and die cut that. And then I have a few extra bits and pieces. Then we need a basic white that is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. That's going to be our layer there. Then just some scrap for the small leaves, some scraps and Pool Party for our sentiment, and then just some basic white for our big leaves there. All right, so let me go ahead and let's just put a few extra layers here. All the bits and pieces together. We're going to stamp that last. I'm going to do that last. So we're going to go ahead and put our Designer Series paper down. Okay, make sure, well, right now it doesn't really matter, but make sure. So I cut this at 4 1/4 by 11 and folded it in half. Okay, I should probably stay on camera. And so we're just gonna put that down. And if you don't have the deckled rectangles dies, I highly recommend you get them because they're super fun. And if you love this, well, grungy edge kind of thing, then, you know, it's just another detail that is kind of added to your layers. Then I highly recommend getting those. Okay, so that just goes on there. And then we have, well, if you don't have them, that's what I wanted to say. You can cut it to, I want to say 3 3/4 by 5, about 3 1/2, a little less than maybe 3 3/4. No, 3 3/8 of an inch by probably 5, 4 3/4. Gosh, I was totally off. Oh, I think that's what I cut my Designer Series paper to get a nice cut. Now, then we have this, I know this is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And I'm going to use my Pool Party Light blend. And all we're going to do is, you could use some more Designer Series paper like I did on my Cottage Rose card. But I'm just using the brush tip here and go back and forth. Okay, maybe turn it a little bit. So nothing too crazy. Okay, this is going to lighten up a little bit, but it just really gives you, it's almost like a fake watercolor wash. So I really love that. And I'm going to stamp on here. So I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Pierce mat because this stamp set is photopolymer. And then I have these stems, and we're going to do garden green. So I have to put my sample out of the way. I know I'm going to ruin it, but keep it up there. So I'll put it there. And we're going to ink that up. And let's see. Well, it doesn't matter too much because we're hiding most of them. All right. So there we go. That's that. I'm going to put that aside. And now since we got our ink pad open, we're going to stamp our leaves here. So Garden Green, Mint Macaron. I think in the actual paper, in the designer series paper, it is Garden Green, Coastal Cabana. Oops. But, well, Mint Macaron is leaving us. First of all, Garden Green and Mint Macaron is one of my absolute, like, all-time favorite color combinations. It's just, yeah, totally up my alley. So, well, and I gotta use, you know, that cardstock. So, I highly recommend, if you love the retiring colors, go and, you know, while supplies last, everything is while supplies last right now on the last gen sale. I highly recommend go and get some extra packs of cardstock, but then don't just keep it, use it, okay? Really get the most out of your supplies to really, like, use your ink, use your cardstock, because especially the paper, and if you're in a more, you know, humid environment, like here in Southeast Missouri, I can't have too much cardstock open for forever. It's just the humidity, you know, it's just gonna ruin your paper. You know, I'm not saying like not this year, maybe not next year, but eventually the fibers in the paper, they're not going to stay great forever. Even though Stampin' Up! Is really awesome, high quality cardstock. But yeah, it's just a reality of it. So anyway, so go ahead and use your cardstock. So that's why I decided to just, you know, while I can, and I have matching designer series paper, I'm going to use that. So I want to start with Mint Macaron. So I have my big leaf here. So I'm going to stamp that, ink that up, and Mint Macaron. The ring light is right where I can't see. Okay, so, and then clean it up in between. I have my scrub box here, my cleaner pad. So, and then I'm going to go into the Garden Green and do the same thing. Okay, so, and so I know that one's clean. And then I'm just going to do the same thing with this skeleton, leaf skeleton. If that is a totally wrong word, I'm sorry. In German, the German word for it, that's what we would use. So, in case if you are watching me for the first time and you wonder where's that little accent coming from, I'm actually from Germany, but I live in Southeast Missouri with my husband and our baby girl. So, and now we're going to do the same thing with the Garden Green. All right, and I was a little bit too quick. So let's let that dry for a second because we have our inside. So let's just go ahead and do that there as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp like this. I always forget about the inside. I don't know. How about you? Do you always remember to stamp your envelopes and the inside of your card? All right, so that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to bring in our smaller ones. Okay. And we'll just do, I think I'm going to do Garden Green. Well, this actually has such nice layering effect, so I guess I'm going to be bold. Yeah, I'll just stamp it there. So, technically, I wouldn't even need I lost my thought there, so don't worry about it. Alright, so that was the inside, but what I wanted to do was actually, where are my scraps? Here, we're going to need one of each. Again, I don't trust my cleaning skills right there. I'm going to need one of each, again, in a Mint Macaron. And in a Garden Green. Oh, I can definitely tell when my garden grain is juicier. But that's what I love about this, the style of this stamp set as well. That allows it, it's automatically creating a little bit of that shading. So don't worry if your ink pad is not juicy all the way. It is kind of tricky with the camera and the light there. Just really layer this up nicely. But there's no perfect way actually. So you can just, let's see here, kind of eyeballing it. Okay, so there we go. We have our 2 small leaves. And then we need one more thing that we're going to stamp before I punch and cut all these out. And that is our sentiment. And I just have a little scrap here of Pool Party. And I'm going to ink up my hello. And just stamp that down here. Whoop. Let's see if I have a halo. Nope, turned out pretty good. All right, so I'm sorry, I'm shaking the camera right now with the cleaning. All right, so I just know myself. I already have left or right. I have a little bit of a green thumb. So, okay, that was all the stamping. So we can put that away. And like I said, there's a really cool punch that comes with this one. So we just line that up. So you want to make sure that you don't stamp in the middle of your cardstock, because then you're going to have trouble with getting a punch in there. Right? 1. And 2. So easy peasy. That's the punch. Now we don't have one for the small ones. Okay, so you're going to watch me fuzzy cut. Not my favorite, but with this shape, okay, it's a little bit tricky with the light. It's not too complicated, and you don't have to be crazy accurate with it. So, and if you don't want a fussy cut, you could actually, let's bring our sample on, you could actually just stamp them on there. Just straight onto that basic white layer, because the Pool Party blend is light enough that you can just do that. All right. I may have mentioned this before. I actually have really bad eyesight. I'm a contact lens person through and through. But it doesn't change the fact that I have really bad eyesight. So, all right, and then we'll do the second one. And we actually don't need to be super accurate with that one either, because half of it is covered. Ain't that the fun? Ain't that the fun of paper crafting? You're just kind of holding your breath there, fuzzy cutting or stamping stuff, or, oh gosh, heat embossing. And then half of it is covered by other layers. So that's okay. That is the fun part of it. Okay, so I'm trying to talk and not go too quiet. All right, you see that wasn't actually too bad. So, and then all we need is our sentiment. And what I'm going to do is I'm bringing my little trimmer here. So let's hope I don't cut off too much. Nope, looks good. So that scrap can go. And I'm going to shorten it just a little bit. About like, I don't know, half an inch or so. Maybe a little bit more. Let's see here. Yeah, that sounds about right. And I'm going to cut this at an angle. So you can do that with your paper snips as well. I just have trouble with cutting straight lines. So I love to use a little trimmer for that. Alright, so here are all bits and pieces. So let's go ahead and put our card together. Now we have our inside here. So let's go ahead and put that in. Whoop. Now you want to make sure that you got your card. I'm probably a little bit off camera. All right, so you see, I think it's just such a beautiful, I hope everything was in focus. Such a beautiful color combination. And I think it was when Mint Macaron was still in color, or it just came back. I don't remember, but there was a Christmas card in one of the Stampin' Up catalogs or magazines or something, and oh my gosh, I just loved it. It was garden green and then Mint Macaron, and there was I want to say a deer, like a small you know, stamped deer that was with a watercolor wash in the background, and that just, ever since, this has been one of my favorite color combinations. All right, so then we can go ahead and pop this up with some dimensionals. And for everybody who's struggling with getting such big pieces with dimensionals straight onto your cardstock, just remove the backing on the one in the middle, and then just line it up as best you can, as best as you can. All right, like so. Okay, and see if it's somewhat even, and then just take off the backings for the other ones. That was a little tip. Oops. Sorry guys, it's been a little while since my last video, so I have to get back into the swing of things. So, all right, so there's that. It's coming together. So now let's see. I want to have my garden green leaf up there, and I'm going to just kind of bend them a little bit, and just putting adhesive, I don't know if you can see, just putting adhesive in the middle so I can still bend them a little bit. I hope that makes sense. Oops. All right. So let's see here. Like I said, it doesn't need to be crazy accurate. So that one's going there. And speaking of color combinations, starting next week, I will also have a, so next week we're going to be talking about one of my all-time favorite colors coming back. I'm so excited, Lemon Lime Twist. I will be showing some projects, color combinations that I love of Lemon Lime Twist, and, you know, other colors. Like Berry Burst is such an awesome color, and I'm excited to finally, because they've never been, you know, current colors at the same time. I think Lemon Lime Twist was just retiring, and then Shaded Spruce was added to the core colors. So, and you know, well, if you know me, Shaded Spruce is one of my absolute favorite colors. So I can't wait to play around with those two. And yeah, I mean, my other favorite one, Rich Raspberry. Bye-bye, Rich Raspberry. I loved you so much since the beginning. And but I guess it was time to say goodbye. So, yeah, you bet I got a good amount of cardstock. Not crazy, not a crazy amount of cardstock for the Rich Raspberry, and I think that one is sold out by now. So, let's see here. I'm gonna put that one there. Oh, I wanted to put another dimensional under there. So, and as you can see, I'm just bending them up a little bit. I just love how these have so much, they just have so much life in them, so much texture. I love that. So, and then let's see, we're gonna pop up our sentiment there. So basically, the color combination for this one here is Mint Macaron, Garden Green, and Pool Party. So let's see here. How far did I go off there? Let's hope that's somewhat straight. Okay, there we go. And then I just have one under here because I'm going to layer it up and it's going to be resting on that one as well. So yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of liquid glue right there. Okay, and I'm going to take off my backing here. Can you believe it's almost like over 25 minutes for just one card? But hey, I showed you 2 other cards as well. So just to make sure this one's not moving any further. So, all right, so that's that. And I usually don't put that much bling on my cards, but these glossy dots assortment is going to carry over, but I always get the embellishments and then I don't use them. So I figured, and I loved how these are like, I mean, these are crazy glossy, shiny, right? So, and we actually have, I want to say Gorgeous Grape, Melon Mumbo, Daffodil Delight, and Pool Party. And I love how they actually look like little water drops. I don't know if you can see that here on my card. So I'm going to use, you have 3 different sizes, and I'm going to use the middle one if I can get it off with my, okay, well, I'll take your picture. So I'm going to put one down here. So that's the medium size. I like to keep the large ones. If I feel like they're too big for a card, then I'll just keep them for 3D items, like, you know, boxes and stuff. Or actually, you know, if I do some kind of home decor item, that's when I love to use like the biggest size of or embellishments. Let's see here. And then I'm going to place 2 of the smaller ones. And like I said, you find the supplies for these cards on my blog, and for this one also you find the link to the supply list in the description below this video. So yeah, and there we go. My Stampin' Seal, it lasted. I was ready to actually show you on camera how to replace these, but it was enough on there. So yeah, here's card number 2, card number 3 basically, with my card sketch for this month. And there you go, there's the inside. I didn't do it on, I told you. I usually forget that. So, but when I cut for my videos, then I usually remember like, oh, wait a second, I know people want me to like, want to see me stamp the inside. So yeah, this is card number 3. Let me bring in the other 2 just to kind of have a full picture here. So again, it's always the same card sketch. Okay, so this one was actually the 4 1/4 by 11 as well. So yeah, saying goodbye to either some retiring product like the, well, So Saffron is leaving as well, but the Cottage Rose, it's the, I want to say it's called the Abigail Rose Sweet. So as far as I know, everything is still available, but at a discount. So really go check it out. And the Apple Harvest is coming back in the annual catalog, but the dies are on clearance. I want to say they're like 50 or 60% off. So they're down to like almost like less than $15, I think. Don't quote me on that. So just go and check it out. But yeah, I love the dies. So if you don't like fussy cutting, not even the leaves, then I highly recommend get those from the clearance rack. And then today's card with the Tropical Leaf Bundle. So yeah, Mint Macaron, Pool Party, and Garden Green. Again, Mint Macaron, we're saying goodbye here to that color. That's going to retire when the new, well, at the end of this month. Well, I should say May 1st. That's when it officially retires, that day. All right, thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions, send me an email, stamp@AnnaVanLucy.com, or leave me a comment below the video. Definitely leave me a comment and let me know which card you like best of these 3. And yeah, if you don't want to miss any future videos, then make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on that little bell so you get a notification when I have uploaded a new video. And yeah, happy crafting, and I see you soon. Bye.